The South African wine industry will get a major boost after one of the country's most prestigious wine estates scooped a major export deal. The deal forms part of a joint venture between South Africa's Leopard Leap wine estate and China's Yangzhou Perfect, which will see the export of a unique brand made specifically for the Chinese consumer market and in turn almost double the total amount of units that are currently shipped to that country. CCTV's Travis Andrews has more.
Cape wine-producing region of South Africa has for long been synonymous with quality and prestige export products. But flat growth in recent years has prompted some winemakers to seek out new markets in order to necessitate growth. A deal which will see a local wine estate team up with one of China's largest consumer product retailers has just borne fruit, with export sales expected to nearly double from just one label alone.
Le Huguenot, our joint venture with Perfect China, selling into the Perfect China network, is more than 50% of the whole of South Africa's volume to China. So with this one deal, we doubled the whole of South Africa's volume. That in itself is a good example of the potential that is waiting for China.
The joint venture, which will be called Perfect Wines of South Africa, is set to dramatically increase wine shipped to the Asian nation, and is also underpinned by the fact that many local wine producers are now looking at developing markets for growth.
Yeah, if you look at the figures, export figures in South Africa, you will see the European traditional markets that we have are really flat. There's no growth of wine sales for us. The only growth that we get is from Africa and then obviously China.
The wine, which is a prime export brand, is also reflective of the quality and conditioning that local wine producers have on offer.
The wines was made to reflect the South African conditions. We select grapes that's truly South African, like Chenin Blanc and Pinotage, and Shiraz, which is the second most planted red variety in South Africa. But it reflects the terroir of South Africa.
Local agricultural authorities also claim that the key to success in the Asian market is education through the partnership of knowledge sharing, and this in turn could benefit the industry as a whole.
I believe that we must help them to have more knowledge of wine, especially the South African wine. They are willing to learn, they are willing to taste it, and they are willing to buy it. We must bring the people and the wine together. If they don't know our wine, they can't love our wine.
With the South African brand expected to be distributed by 5,000 retail outlets in China, the economic benefits that this may have on the Western Cape wine industry in the future, for now, remains to be seen. With a mere 3% of market share in China, the South African wine export industry is bracing itself for an upswing in growth. The SA-China joint venture that produced the Le Huguenot label has already seen an export market value of 2.9 million bottles of wine realized, and this alone in one of the world's fastest growing wine markets. Travis Andrews, CCTV, Cape Town.